What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tonya, and I'm joined by my wonderful husband,
Lamont.
and we hope you're doing well as usual.
Today, guys, we're talking about, do men really want a traditional woman, or they just using their lip service? You know, folks love to talk.
Yeah, they do.
But are they really walking it out? Is that really what they want?
I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
I'm just like, they just everywhere.
They don't know what they want.
Okay,
They want this, they want that.
Yeah.
Double-minded.
They just double-minded. But we gonna get into it. So get what you're sipping. Go ahead. We give me a little time. All right. I hope you're back. Time's up. So, babe, how you doing today?
Doing all right.
I'm doing well.
Busy
I'm
week.
good. Yeah.
Well, it's actually just it ain't busy week because the week's just started.
I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
You be busy from the week before, and you carry it over to the next week. So it's a busy weeks.
Yes. So
Busy.
I'm tired. Shout out to all the listeners out there, the subscribers. Thank y'all so much. Big love to Keisha in Atlanta, Marcus out in Houston. Yeah. Y'all stay holding us down. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and you know, it's because of y'all that we come out here and keep getting on video, putting out this content. Because of y'all to help you guys out, because we know that people need help. You know, the Bible says our people are destroyed by lack of knowledge.
It's coming. Keep them coming, y'all. Y'all family. Thanks so much. Yeah. All right, babe. Without further ado, let's get into some real talk. So, like I said, I'm confused. I mean, I'm like, what's up with these men out here saying, I want me a traditional woman? That's how they say it, too. I want me a traditional woman because they sound like a woman.
And they're just back in traditional days.
Back in the traditional days. And, you know, what does that even mean? I mean, really?
I think people, what they look for is somebody who's going to cook, clean, stay at home like they did in the 1950s.
Whoa, gonna be the days. Gonna be the days.
But we got to realize, man, a lot has changed since then.
Yes.
The women are working. They got degrees. Yeah. They're making money just like the man. And ain't nobody got time to live no fairy tale lifestyle. Yeah. They want to live the new age lifestyle. Yeah. It's not traditional no more. Yeah. It's partnership.
It is.
And if you don't get with the program, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be more... And I see all these gender wars, and I think ultimately the one that's going to lose is the man. Yeah. Hey, a woman can hold her loneliness more than a man. When a man is lonely, he's lonely. Yeah. He has nobody. A woman can be lonely, but she got people. She just don't want to reach out to them. When a man be lonely, he's lonely. Yeah. So, men, we're not going to win this battle. We're trying to force women to be something they don't want to be.
Yeah, not only do they be lonely, but they don't got nobody to stay on them. Like if a man is unhealthy, they need their woman on them. Like, take your medicine. Yeah. Men don't like to take their medicine. They don't like to go to the doctor. They don't like to do stuff. So you need that woman. Yeah, and you know,
and it's crazy. Like I said, I hear a lot of people talking about this Kevin Savage. He was a man. He put woman in their place. But sad be the case. Yeah. Kevin Samuels could have lived a whole lot longer if he had a woman. If he wasn't so trying to put woman in a place and actually be a good man and get a woman, that he would have lived a whole lot longer. Because the thing he died from, a good woman would have helped him make sure he took care of himself.
And not only that, he wouldn't have passed alone.
He wouldn't have passed. He died alone, man. Yeah. So I hear people talk Kevin Samuels and all this, but rest his soul. But that's nothing worse than dying alone. And you talk about all the, you got all the knowledge, yeah, but you can't use it yourself to get you a woman. Yeah. Maybe don't want no woman, but ain't nothing worse than dying alone when you by yourself and you dying alone.
Yeah, so we're gonna get on. You know, I want to, before we get on into it more, I want to discuss the difference between traditional relationships and modern relationships via Google. All you gotta do is search it. If you know you need to know if I'm reading this right or whatever, just search it. All right, so a traditional relationship often features predefined distinct gender roles, with men as providers and women as homemakers. Again, that's traditional, emphasizing duty and societal expectations, while modern relationships are more flexible and they focus on individual capabilities and shared responsibilities, driven by a greater emphasis on personal fulfillment and independence.
Yeah. And I think what people fail to realize is that's the key right now to a thriving relationship. Both people independently know how to do everything that you require the next person to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cook, clean, do your own laundry.
Yes.
Make your own food. You should know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if your woman chooses to do that, she will do it for you.
Yeah.
But don't gone are the days that people want to be boxed in, so I have to do this.
Yeah.
This is what you require of me.
Yeah.
Now let me choose to do it on my own, and I'll be happy to do it. But if you try to force me to do it, then it's not going to end up right. And anytime you force somebody to do it with control and manipulation, it never ends right.
Yeah, and it's never done right.
It's never done right.
That's so true. And this is our Change the Narrative series. Yeah. So be sure to keep watching this. After this video, we're gonna be rolling out one each week for our Change the Narrative series for 4 weeks. So
yeah,
be sure to catch us. Okay. So again, with that said, they say, that social media. Well, not they say, I say, and I see social media always talking about high value men and feminine energy. But what's that walk? What that look like behind that talk?
But I think too often that we fail to realize that traditional is not a one size fits all. My grandma, grandpa, they did things the way they did it, and that may have worked for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we said, but you gotta realize there was a toleration relationship.
Yeah.
Different era, different struggles than we had back then.
Yeah.
We got a whole new different struggle, different era. Being traditional was a choice for women back in the day. They chose to be traditional. They chose the roles out of survival. They had to codepend on the man because the man paid the bills. Now, going on the days where women have to codepend on the man just to pay the bills. Both parties are working. Both parties are willing bodies, and the economy welcomes women inside the workforce now.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. Yeah, women did that, but men, shaped the women to be those type of traditional women, and they shaping these modern women to be the modern women they are today, which is not good. Because men cry about one thing, but they love it. Yeah, they love what they crying about and don't want in a wife.
Yeah. And that's crazy. And it's called double-minded.
Yes.
And a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A double-minded man produces unstable people.
And unstable generations.
Men, I believe, are the leaders of the year. You got a woman that do her part. But a young man that's raised by a single mother, his mama only has a small influence on him. The rest of the influences come by society. The rest of the influences come by people with a mic. The rest of the influences come by people they see online, because these are the people that they are looking at idolizing. Okay, this guy said that, and he got a chain on, he got a car. I'm gonna listen to him. These people ain't listening to their mom or their single parent. The village nowadays that's raising the kids is social media. Yeah. Back in the day, it was the village, it was your family, what y'all watch on TV, because back in the day you had one TV in the household, maybe two, and everybody watched it. Now you got everybody, each individual got their own, tuned into their own station.
Yeah. So when we talking about traditional, just to hop back on like traditional, not that we offer, but traditional, like you said, it wasn't a choice back then. It was survival. But now we got black women who running businesses while raising babies, all at the same time, doing all the things. So traditional hit different these days.
Especially when a woman hear you say it.
Yeah, traditional. What?
You got to be crazy.
Some women still want to hold down the home, but they don't want to be told that that's all they can do. Like you got to stay in.
I want you to be at home wife.
Yeah, stay at home wife. How my dinner clean? My dinner clean. How my dinner cooked when I get home? How my house clean? How my bath? They don't just want to feel like that's all.
Yeah, And
they have to do.
And when you box a woman in to just do that, that's normally the value you only get. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with one of our clients. We dealing with one of the things that she was dealing with is that husband wanted to work, then he don't want to work.
Yeah.
Husband wanted to work, then he don't want to work. And see, you get that when you do not define, when you just box a woman in to one position and say, I want you to do that. What you should keep it doing is keep it open. Let the both parties have free. I want to be, if I want to be a provider, I'll be a provider. If I don't, I don't. But you got to realize, each one come with the cause and effect. And the same thing goes for woman. She want to be an at-home mom, or she want to be a stay-at-home wife, or woman, she can. If she don't, she don't. But nobody want to be boxed in. Everybody wants the freedom of choice.
Yeah.
That's what people all this ask for, the freedom of choice. And certain roles, we know certain roles are really geared to certain genders.
Yeah.
As far as being the main provider of the household, yeah, that has always been to the man.
Yeah.
And me growing up as a young man, that was always thing, you took care of your woman. Now, if you could provide, you provide all. But if you couldn't, you couldn't. But that means you have to have a good woman that's gonna go get it too. Mm-hmm. And now are the days we live in an era where we have women that go get us too. And if you box a woman into just doing one thing, then you miss out on the full version of the woman. Then you be asking crazy questions like, what do you bring to the table? That's the biggest question, like, what do women bring to the table? A woman can bring to the table whatever you want her to bring to the table. Yeah. And if she don't bring to the table what you want her to table, then that's not the one for you.
Yeah.
But women will, but women come to the table just as much as a man comes to the table. That's the thing. So when I hear that question asked, she gonna bring the same thing you bring to the table. Yeah. A woman bring the same thing. A woman bring equal partnership to the table. Most women, unless you get a woman that's after you for your money. But either way, you know what you was picking.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys talk a big game. They talk big, but when it's time to step it up, a whole lot of crickets in this mug and no actions. Yeah. And that's another reason why a woman look at a man like Bird. Yeah. When he said he want a traditional woman.
Yeah, like I do shit, but all you got to do more than just pay a bill.
And it's so much of a role reversals in this modern day. The women are like really taking care of the men. It's some sorry men.
Yeah, the majority of men, you gotta,
all you want to do is play their game.
You got the internet people, the people with podcasts. They seem to meet the greatest men on earth. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. The people with podcasts, they seem to meet the greatest men on earth. Mm-hmm. They do. And I have yet to see them. The Bible said I search all over, but I can find none righteous. And I say, like I said, me personally, going to 40-year-old man, I have yet to see too many men that possess good qualities. Good dudes. I mean, if you a homeboy, but as far as good qualities for women, I can see why women are like them. Because men we fail so short, but yet we think so highly of ourselves. We fail so short in actually being good people, but yet we think so highly of ourselves.
Which brings me to what men say versus what men do. So, babe, do men even know what they want? Social media say one thing, but the barbershop conversation they be talking about, it'd be a whole nother story. It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas in that barbershop.
I know, man. Some fellas, they say they want a woman to submit, but won't pay a light bill on time. She got to ask them for the money. They know that money was due, but they just hoping that she will say, I got it, baby. Yeah. You want a queen, but you acting like a joker.
Yeah, and that's what I'm seeing out here with these podcasts. Is the people that the men
they talk a good one. They talk a good one.
Yeah.
Even though, you got people out here. I'm gonna go and call what I be sitting the podcast like Anton, man. It's certain. When you start talking about people, whether you're not talking, maybe you're not talking about your woman. Mm-hmm. Maybe you talk about another one, but the way you talk about people got a big reputation of how you may look at your woman if y'all was to break up.
And you know why? Because the way you do things is
the way you do things. And
so it's hard to see him or anybody else that talk like that any kind of way.
And I firmly believe it. The way a person do things is the way you do things. So the way you talk about things, you might not feel like that about the person now, but if you open your mouth and start talking about people the way these podcasts we be talking about women and stuff, then I believe that's the way they feel about their own woman. They don't like women. Yeah. It's like it's like you don't like women. It's all the hatred building up. And because we want men, want something, but yet they want something else.
Yeah.
Behind secret doors. They like this. I like this. I like this. My birthday, I was dressed up, but then they go right at home and they like it. Social media is getting a lot of men in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they double minded. They saying I don't want a woman, I want you. Then they go in there, they liking the girl on social media. Mm-hmm. And I thank God I never really got into the social media thing. Because one thing about it, I know trouble when I see trouble. Social media is trouble, especially if you got a relationship. So if you really want a healthy relationship, you back out social media.
Yeah, let it go.
Let social media go.
Let that go, boo.
And enrich your day, cultivate your life and your time with positive things. Because we live in a generation where you can dictate what you watch on TV. Ain't that something? Yeah. You can actually choose what you watch and what you listen to, what you consume on a daily basis.
Yeah, baby.
So if your relationship is messed up, if your relationship is dysfunctional, your life is dysfunctional, switch the channel, baby.
Yes. That's our little robot. So, okay, but if you want a so-called traditional woman, are you bringing traditional security and leadership? Or are you just wanting to control things? There's a difference.
Yeah. And I think real men, real mature, emotional mature men know the difference between trying to expect something from a woman that you're not willing to give. Mm-hmm. They know that it's all about partnership.
Yeah.
I must be the partner that I seek. I must bring love, peace, effort, and respect to the relationship if that's what I want from the woman. And that's going to create a mature, grown folk relationship.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's talk about true partnership a little bit. Every couple got to figure out what works for them, though. Yep. You know, because what worked for us might not work for you, but we can tell you what worked for us as we have been doing. But don't mean it's going to work, but you got to figure it out. Okay, you can't live by what grandpa did, by what grandma did, or even what people on Instagram tell you.
These influencers tell you.
Yeah, the influencers. Not Instagram, but Instagram influencers
or TikTok
influencers,
YouTube
influencers anywhere. You got to build your own blueprint.
Yeah, because as we see, a lot of them are falling off, man. A lot of them are not doing what they say they do. Yeah. They talk, everybody, man, it kills me. I hear the people talking, man.
You know, if it's one, I'm sorry to cut you off. If it's one blueprint or one manuscript that I would follow, is the Bible.
Yeah, and the Bible say, by their fruit, you should know them. Mm-hmm. So if you see somebody on here with a mic, you see somebody on here with a podcast talking about relationship, their woman should be right there to verify. But I know why a lot of men shy away from presenting a woman to them while they talk about relationships, because they actually don't do it. Because when you talk about relationship, talk about what you're doing and what you don't be this man, all that, your woman is right there to verify with her face expression.
Yeah.
and so many men, like I said, they're not living it because they don't have you can't talk about relationship and not see your woman. Yeah, I know your woman might not be you might be building a business on your own, but it's almost like when a man say they don't want to join bank accounts. Mm-hmm. And I think that's when the man present himself out here talking about relationships, or a woman present herself talking about relationships, and she don't want to join bank accounts. She don't want you to see what she's actually doing. She want to keep it separate just in case, when people keep their money separate, then just in case the relationship don't fall out, I don't want to mix my money with you. So just in case our relationship go out, I'm going to use our marriage as the building block of my business.
Yeah.
But I don't want to actually put you in it because I know if our marriage fall, then my business fall. So it's kind of a business thing too. Smart move, but it means that you one foot in, one foot out. When I see podcast people, you got Tonya Lamont, you got any kind of man or any kind of woman that's on there talking about relationship, and they're married, and their woman is not there to vouch what they're saying on a constant basis.
I feel like those are more the guys who want that traditional thing. They want to silence. They want. I don't think they really want their woman in the forefront. Or even other guys seeing their woman or other. They just don't want her to have a voice. That's how I feel.
And that's what it is. They don't want her to.
Because how can you talk about relationship things without your wife's point of view when y'all are one?
Yeah, and that's what I don't understand. Especially a married man like you got Tony Gasky. He got a big influence. Good, you talk about good stuff, but I can't get down with a man who's not showing his fruit. And you got you say you in a marriage, so let us see what you talk about and see your woman facial expression when you say it.
Yeah.
Because you can't. It's easy. You say this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm this. Then your woman, I'm like, man, you don't do that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like they hiding something. I mean, it leaves you to guessing things like, are you cheating or something?
Yeah.
Don't want the people out here to see your woman.
Yeah. On
because
a
they might
basis,
tell them.
Yeah.
You know, or something like the person you cheating with.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of like,
dude,
it's just a mystery. If you're gonna be an influencer, be all out there. Especially in relationships.
And, I mean, a lot of people are following this year. You know, we got the little dude, DJ, whatever, Cedric. I just can't believe, but I see my people are destroyed by a lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody can articulate something good enough, they seem the ones that get the followers. People, they don't have to live nothing they doing. They just got to be able to talk it and be entertaining when they talk it. And now you got boo-boos the fool following to them, flocking to them like these people know what they do.
Yeah.
By their fruit, you should know them. A man or a woman cannot talk about relationships unless you went to school for it. And the third critic said, you know the psychology of people thinking, then I give you that. Or you could be somebody who talk about it and you've been in a relationship, but you must be abstinent. You cannot be using your talk game to get women or to get men, because that's manipulation, that's control. And that's when, like, that's borderline, like, are you really doing this or are you just talking to get? That's like almost like pastors. You know, some pastors really go to preach to get women. So that could be all these influencers. They literally going to talk about stuff, talk about relationships, talk about what people want to hear. You either pandering to men or you pandering to women. But either way, you pandering.
Cyber slurping.
I
just wanted to say that. That came out of nowhere. Okay, but yeah.
But these influencers, they not living at what they doing.
Yeah,
if you want a healthy relationship, then you gotta lead by example. And you gotta come inside a relationship willing to be a partner, not want somebody to be your mama, want somebody to take care of you.
Yeah. You
got to come inside and be a partner. And in our household, we divide the task and multiply success.
Yeah.
That's nothing I don't require my wife to do that I won't go out there and do. And if she lacks to do it, or she don't get to a time, I step up and do it. Why? Because we got a partnership. She cooks, I clean. I clean, she cooks. There's not, and it's on a daily. There's not a week to go by when one of us is over withdrawn. Like she done cook too much. I'm tired of cooking. I cook too much. And she says she's tired of cooking, I naturally step up. And when you got a true partnership, it's almost like a natural. I can feel when she don't want to cook. She can feel when I don't want to cook. I can see when she done did her part of washing clothes. Something I got to go get the clothes and fold. Or I ain't folding up, but I got to go get clothes and get it from the dryer and stuff. Yeah. But I can feel a natural flow. And when you learn how to dance with each other, you know how to help each other out around the house, not just paying bills. We both work. We're both working. We're both paying the bills. We're both cooking. We're both doing everything. And that's the way a true partnership should go. And that's the way it will go, and nobody will feel burnt out. And the intimacy will stay in the relationship. Because a lot of times intimacy fades when one person gets overwhelmed with one thing. They don't feel like that.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta adjust. Like us, we have paper plates, paper products, so that we don't have to wash as many dishes, at night or whatever. We can just put them in the recycle bin. That's taking the weight off of us, so where we can have some time for intimacy. Because again, we work from home, so we don't have a cut off and a cut on. We just kind of do, and we go all day. And so little things like paper products can save you a ton of time.
And a paper pot. I got a paper pot. We got one pot that we like to cook, and I might cook 3 things in that one pot.
And the oven wave. Okay, so we use that too a lot. So those are just pro tips.
But some of the hardest thing, like I said, about running a functional relationship is thinking. So both parties need to think and make sure that nobody's taking too much strain of the pressure of thinking. Thinking takes a lot of work.
It does.
And a lot of times I think too often, like, man, you might have a job, you might be the one full-time working, but if your job it's not sometimes we use time at a job as we actually doing work. And I've been to a lot of these jobs, and I say, especially like I go to a lot of the grocery stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, and all these places. And a lot of these places I'm going, I see doing running. Men are just lollygagging around. If you go on Lowe's, there's a lot of men, a couple of men being there, but them are the ones that's lollygagging. You got the woman going for customer service, thing. So you might be putting in the work, but if you're not really doing that much work, don't expect at the job. Don't come on act like you don't put you so tired and you're not helping your woman out of the house. You're not putting in that work and you're not really dividing all the tasks so you can multiply success. So you can have time to do other things that you want to do. Overwhelmed by doing a duty that they got to do every day. Like, I got to do this every day. I got to cook. I got to clean every day. And that takes away from time they can be put elsewhere.
Yeah, remember, teamwork makes the dream work. And traditional, it don't just mean, traditionally a woman staying home or, taking care of the kids. Also, it can mean support, being present, okay, and holding folk accountable.
Yeah.
Not just old school gender roles.
Yeah.
Because truth be told, we are living in a modern society. Yeah.
Nobody wants to be bottled down to just, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
Yeah. And
when you let freedom and just each person just contribute what they can, and we both individually, we teamwork everything. Teamwork this, we taking careers, teamwork this, and no one person is carrying all the weight. And a burden of building a successful relationship, being happy with somebody. It takes a lot of work. Yeah. It's already bad enough that we got society and all the pressures is voting for people to fail in relationships, because the devil hates when people get together and actually start doing good. He would rather you keep it dysfunctional. Yeah. And the way you keep it dysfunctional is keep trying to do old school stuff in a new school way of doing things.
Yeah, but my question is still, man, what do you really want? Because you project one thing, you go liking the twerkers, you go liking the ladies who flaunt, but then you say you want a wife. We got to change that narrative.
Yeah.
We got grandkids coming up now, or children, nieces. What do we want to show them? What do we want to project to them? Do we want it, because you can only imagine how the generation now is compared to us. Imagine how the next generation compared to them going to be. Yep. They're going to be over the top.
And everything is amplified. And I hear a lot of men say, man, you can't marry these modern women out here. You can't marry these modern women. What do you think these women going to do? I ain't getting married no way. They going to get looser. You got to realize the cause and effect. If you keep pushing this marriage, don't worry, there ain't no good women out here. They gonna think, well, we're not valued no way. I might as well. When people get that, I ain't doing nothing no way. They get that forget it mode.
Yeah.
They get in that forget mode.
The men need to stop saying there's no good women out here and start, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say making women good again.
But there is plenty of good women out here. They're putting all women in the box.
Yeah, but the men are the ones liking.
Yeah.
And
they dictate the way the woman presents herself.
Yeah, so stop commenting and giving the follows to the twerkers and all that stuff, because you're dictating this.
Yeah.
Like in Genesis, Adam, when Jesus made Adam, okay, he made man. Mm-hmm. So then when he was finna make woman, he cut out Adam's rib. He cut out Adam's rib and put it and made woman. And then not only that, he put the woman in the garden to help Adam, and Adam named her. So in reality, Adam gave birth to her. He was the first one to give birth.
And the man is the first nurturer of the woman. After the daddy's first, and then the man. Sometimes the women, the daddy's not giving the woman off. Sometimes the women going off on their own, but they get with a man, and when that man is not fruitful, that man does not know how to be a man. All he uses is to exploit and use and control the woman. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden she feels devalued, and now a part of her is broken. Now the next man come along, if he does the same and does not help her, he's not a better man than the other man, and all of a sudden now she's a little broken. Now you're dealing with a lot of people that's broken because the man, the next teacher of the woman, failed to be a teacher.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
And he failed to be a leader. Yes. All he want to do is use.
The man was given
the result of repeated men not being men, and us older men. So man, ain't no good modern women out there. Then the man said, ain't no good modern women, but he's still messing with that woman. And as we say, God say, look at a woman as your mother, your sister, or your daughter.
Yeah.
Your mother, your sister, your daughter. And don't do nothing. You gotta leave people. Don't hurt people, break people down so much where you breaking people where it's hard for them to get back. Sometimes people can be so dirty to people. You got no remorse. You just come in and exploit people, and then you wonder why these women bitter. That woman that you exploit, she gonna have a little girl one day, and that she gonna teach a little girl that men ain't nothing. Why? Because men are the one dictating how women show up. If you want a better woman, you must be a better man. If you want a better woman, you must be a better man. You can't expect a woman to be more than you are. So if you want a woman to cook and clean, be a traditional woman, you must know how to do everything that a woman should know how to do. Both parties should be self-sufficient individuals coming together in a relationship, not codependent on one person to do one thing.
Yeah, and back to my point of when I was talking about Adam and Eve, God he tasked him with the woman. So in these days now, you still tasked with the woman.
Yeah.
So the way the traditional women was back then was because the men dictated it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want the women, the modern women, to be traditional, it would never happen, I don't think, to where to be like that again. Yeah. But you can find a balance. You know?
Yeah.
You can find that balance.
Yeah.
Of a modern woman. We're still some traditional. Yeah.
There's plenty of women out here. You can't box every woman is not the same. Yeah.
Teach them.
And you teach by you lead.
Right.
You teach where you lead. Show me what you want me to be good. You want me to be this? Okay, show me.
Yeah, and stop discounting the single mom, because me and you made her a single mom. Yeah. I mean, you left her or something, you know.
And you never know, man. Your wife can have kids. Your wife, your mate can be somebody that already had kids. Mm-hmm. God's not sending everybody a virgin. And God mate is not already, because they sin caught up before they met you.
Yeah. So
God's not going to necessarily every man don't get a virgin.
Right.
And if you look at yourself as pure and you like, I deserve the best, I deserve a good quality woman, I don't want her standing in, I want a perfect woman, you got to be a perfect man yourself.
And trust me, you are not Jesus. And Jesus, when he was on this earth, he gave sinners, he was working with the sinners. Yeah. He was around the sinners. So, I mean, come on.
We got to realize if you're looking for somebody perfect in an imperfect world, you're going to stay single. Nobody is perfect. We all fall short. Yeah. The Bible says he who was without sin be the first to cast the stone. I mean, if you don't got no sin, throw the stone at that girl that's committed adultery with her husband. She had a lot of husbands. She was out there running the streets. But if you ain't got no sin, she been out there stripping around, probably had kids and everything. Throw the stone at her if you have no fault of your own.
Yeah.
But if you sin, then you got to realize that, okay, I'm going to have grace. I can respect somebody that got sin too. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And then from that state of openness, from that state of not pure, for that state of not perfectness is when you find some love out here in these streets.
Yeah, and women, we got to hold ourselves accountable and responsible too. In the Bible, it tells us to teach the young women how to be. We supposed to be, role models for the younger women, teaching them how to, keep their marriages.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to be a respectful young lady. Yet and still, we got 40-year-old plus women twerking,
girls,
still getting BBLs, and all this stuff. And I ain't knocking it, but what I'm saying is we need to be teaching our generation something different, because that's what God called us to do. So we got to hold ourselves at a higher standard as well.
Yeah. Because everything that these young youth out here, what they're doing is just amplifying what they was taught by the older generation.
Yeah.
And so, the younger generation are teaching the older generation, but that's when disorder erupts.
Yeah.
When you got younger people, when you got a woman teaching a man, when you got younger folks teaching older folks, that's out of order.
And that's what's going on.
That's right.
It's out of order.
The younger population are a lot of kids. They're the ones a lot of pushing the narrative. Then you got these old folks that don't know no better, still young minded, like, you know what? Yeah, these women ain't traditional. Man, you're 40 years old, 50 years old. Your women probably is traditional. Your age, stop looking for them young. Yeah, you're right. Them young girls ain't traditional. You out of your age range.
Right.
But the women your age are traditional. But you know what kills me? Men, that's why they go young, because most people want to control, but most people do not want to go beyond their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Most people, they want to stay. If I want to do that, I want to do this. Wherever you comfort at, that's where you stop it. Most people do not want to grow outside of their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Anytime somebody's saying something to you and it requires it is something that's calling you to be a better person, I don't know why a real man, a real mature person, okay, I can step up to do that. If you tell me that I don't really want to do it, it's out of my comfort zone, but I'll be a better person if I can step up and meet that standard. I do that. Why? Because every day, men and women should be thriving, striving to be a better person than they was yesterday. I don't care if I'm not 100% there yet, but as long as every day I get better, maybe I take one step back, maybe two steps back, but I'm keep going on resilience, getting better.
Yeah.
Habit stacking on good characters.
Yes, we're gonna wrap this up though. Okay, you finished, baby?
I'm done.
All right, so we got a little some comments online. Ashley from Chicago wrote, I work full time, but I love making Sunday dinner. My husband and I both clean up. That's our thing. I love that.
Yep, that's good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, we also got Snoop from Detroit. He said men be talking about tradition, but can't even change a tire these days. That was funny.
Yeah. And I do see, I've been seeing a couple of women out there to change a tire and the man standing up around and watching them.
Yeah.
Gotta get better, man.
Gotta get better. It's all about that balance.
And like I said, both parties must be self-sufficient individuals that know how to cook, clean, and do everything that they require the counterparts to do. Pay their own bills. You should be able to afford it. You should thrive. All men and women should thrive to pay their own bills 100%. So when you do meet another partner, you're not paying 100%. You're paying 50%, and that means it's supposed to equal out. Well, y'all both have a lot more money.
Yeah. And here's the bottom line: don't let nobody box you in with the definition of what love is. Yeah. Talk about what you want, but also be about it.
Yep. If you want something old school, you got to be old school. You got to put old school effort in.
Oh man!
You got to get on down and talk, communicate, build a compromise, but most importantly, the RSPECT. Respect.
Yeah.
Little respect. Respect each other, and you will go a long way. You may eventually get that traditional woman. Become a traditional man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a new name for it.
What's that?
Tremodeling.
Something.
I don't know if that tradition is coming back. Yeah. Now unless you know it's an older woman, one your age, that's already like that. But anyway,
men be the change you see.
Yes.
We set the narrative. Us men, we the one that's dictating how the women show up and present themselves. She's like, oh, you like this? Oh, this is the picture you like? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Now we like, nah, I don't like that. So if you don't like that, don't entertain it. Don't give it seed. Don't water it.
Yeah.
You don't like a woman that's dressed and all like that. Don't like it. They see that view. Now you act like, but if you watch that video for 3 seconds, now they got a view. They're like, okay, 3 seconds is a view. So you might, I ain't looking at that long, but 3 seconds is a view. You got a view now, 3 seconds. Yeah. So don't entertain nothing you don't like.
All right, visionaries, that's our time. If you like the episode, share it, leave a comment, and let us know your story. What's tradition look like in your house?
Yeah.
All right, and they had vision, and together they built the life that they love. Listen, before we go, be sure to check out our mini course at lovercoaching.com. Say a little bit more on that, babe.
I mean, like I said, our mini course is designed to give you a new perspective on love. Because we know a lot of people's perspective that they got on love is shattered, disorganized. So we put together this mini course. It's a short mini course. It's a mini course. There is a full course. But this mini course is free to you, and it's going to show you, give you the foundation to start in a